I want to welcome you guys into my kitchen. Today we're going to make chicken hash for supper. Really quick, really easy, really inexpensive. It hits all my markers for a good dinner. So let's get started. You know, I love old cookbooks. Now, this one is a 1985. The copyright's 1985. It's called Quick, Thrifty Cooking, and it's from Reader's Digest. Now, I bought this book new in 85 because at that time, I was a new mom, new wife, trying to make dinner. And, you know, quick, thrifty sounded good to me back then. And since then, I've probably made 2/3 of everything in this book. And today, I'm going to show you the one called Chicken Hash. Now, the other thing about this cookbook is it also has these little symbols up here. And the piggy bank means it's cheap. Then it's got a little half-hour glass to let you know it doesn't take very much time. And it has... what was the other one? I forget. But those are the two best ones. That's the two best ones. It doesn't cost a lot of money and they're quick. I had all the ingredients. I really like this dish, so I'm going to show it to you today. You'll need a good bit of onion, about 4 cups of potatoes, diced up, real nice and small. I went ahead and diced them for you because that would have took forever. So, and Randy would have recorded the whole thing, so I went ahead and cheated and cut those up. Same thing with the chicken. I just cut it in little squares, just bite-sized squares. Then we have some celery, salt, pepper, some bacon bits, some bacon grease, and a cup of half and half. And Randy caught me before I got done with the celery. I had it washed and I was coming out of the RV to get it cut, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm fixing to cut this celery. And he's like, "Oh no, you're not." So we're gonna get to that next. And what we're gonna do with that celery is we're gonna cut it pretty fine, you know, nice small pieces. Just like that, I guess. My hand's in the way, you can't see what I'm doing, but that's the angle we got. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take these celery and take them off my cutting board so I can cut up my onion. Okay, and I want to show you guys these. These came from Dollar Tree, and back when I bought them, they were 2 for $1. Now, you know, they're 2 for $1.25. But, you know, these work out really, really well. They call them reusable sandwich bags, but I use them for, you know, veggies that I don't want to leave set out but don't really need to go back in the fridge, and cheeses and all sorts of things I put in there and keeps them fresh. I really like these. So just an FYI, they're 2 for $1, and they have these really nice, and they're easy to wash. If you have a dishwasher, they'd be even easier to wash, but there you go. Now, I had a half an onion because this is a very big onion. And I didn't need but half of it yesterday, so I'm going to use the other half today in this one, where I just need 1 regular size onion. So here we go, cutting another onion. Randy loves onion shots for some reason. He loves to do that. And I don't mind so much, you know. It's okay with me. As long as I can keep cutting and not have to stop, I'm good. We are going to make these really small. You know, we're going to dice this up pretty good. That fell out of the inside and I need to just get that done. All right, now we're going to go really small. Y'all, that onion was so big, I'm not even going to cut this other half, so it's going to go right back in that bag. I'm going to seal it right back up and set it right back out on the counter. I only need about a cup, and I'm sure that's a cup of onions. Okay, we're going to shoot for a high flame because we're going to boil these potatoes. We're going to slide that on. We're going to add our potatoes. Then we're going to see how much water we need. Because we don't need to cover them. We're not even going to boil them all the way. We're going to like parboil them. So that looks good to me. They're just barely covered, not quite covered. Put that lid on there. Now that's ready, and we're going to start on our veggies. I did not add any salt. I normally put salt in with my potatoes when I start, but not this one. We're going to just let them boil just like they are. All right, now we're going to get this flame going so we can get our vegetables started. Now this one, I just want a medium heat, about like that. We're going to let that pan get warm, and then we're going to add our bacon grease. Okay, now I'm going to take about a tablespoon. I always keep just a little bit of bacon grease to the side so that I have it for little recipes whenever they call for bacon grease. That looks like a good amount to me, maybe a little more. All right, let's just coat the bottom of the pan good. So it's probably 2 serving spoons. Okay, now we're gonna get those onions in there. Hear that little sizzle? That means my pan was right where I want it. And here's our celery. Get all that in. Okay, and we're just going to give that a good little stir, little mix. And we're going to let them sit there and saute. Okay, now periodically, just walk by and give them a little stir because you don't want them to brown. You just want them to saute and get that nice translucent color. Okay, this will be like the 3rd or 4th time, and now it's time to take them out and get them in that bowl and set them aside. Now we're going to add a little bit more of that bacon grease, about another tablespoon, just so our chicken won't stick. We're going to drop those little chicken cubes. This is chicken thighs, but you can use breast, and it actually won't take as long as if you use the breast. But I find that, you know, chicken breasts are kind of dry. Okay, my potatoes have come up to a boil now, so I need to turn them off. And we need to get them drained so that they'll stop cooking, because I want them just half cooked before I put them in the pan. Okay, now, don't do that. Anyway, we're just getting them mixed around. We're going to brown them on both sides. And we're going to about half cook it. So when it looks about half done to you, then that's when we'll turn it off. Okay, now as you can see, it looks kind of like I'm burning. I'm not burning. But that's what I want, because I want that on the bottom of that pan for when I deglaze, all that goodness is going to come up. Now I'm about ready, or I am ready, and we are going to add those onions and celery back. Okay, in we go. Going to give that a good stir. Okay, now that that's all stirred and good, we're going to add those potatoes. Yeah, we're going to get that all combined. And now we're going to add our salt and pepper. Okay, and you salt with your heart. I go kind of like this, all the way across and all the way back. And then I test it later to see if that's enough. You can always add, but you can't take it all. Pepper, we really like pepper, so 2 good pinches of pepper. We'll get that all mixed up. And I know you're going to feel like it's sticking, and it is sticking a little bit, but that's because it's dry. There's not a lot of oil in there, which is a good thing. Now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of 1/2 and 1/2, which is automatically going to deglaze that pan. And we're not going to touch it. We're not going to touch it. You just leave it there until you don't see a lot of the milk. You want it to, the 1/2 and 1/2, you want it to kind of evaporate. Then we're going to stir it, and then we'll add that other 1/2 cup, 1/2 and 1/2. So just leave it alone, probably 4 or 5 minutes. And we've never left medium heat. Never left medium heat. Don't turn it up, don't turn it down. I'm still not stirring. See, I'm almost ready though, almost. Okay, we've got it down to where I can barely see the 1/2 and 1/2. It is totally absorbed and evaporated. All right, see? All right, now we're gonna give it that stir. All right, we're giving that a good mix. We're picking that up off the bottom. Don't spill it out like me. Be a little more careful. All right, now we're going to add that other 1/2 and 1/2. The other 1/2 cup. We're going to give that a good stir. And get all that up off the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're just going to let it sit until that 1/2 and 1/2 has absorbed and evaporated. Okay, as any good cook will do, you've got to taste your food as you go along. I feel like I needed just a little bit more salt, so I'm going to go across it one more time. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I think that'll be enough. If not, they can put it on there at their own plate. That's what we're going to do. But it's probably going to be perfect for me like it is. Okay, my 1/2 and 1/2 is pretty clear now, and I'm down to the bottom. So we're just going to give that a good stir. See what I mean about it sticking? Maybe I didn't get quite enough liquid in there, but we're going to go with it because it said that was where all the good flavor was in that sticking. And dinner is ready. Turn that eye off. You are ready to serve. And you guys, I forgot to mention, in the video, this whole time you saw this beautiful bouquet. It's because it was my birthday and my son-in-law brought me these beautiful, gorgeous flowers, and I thought somebody ought to enjoy them with me. So there they are.
At least somebody brought you some flowers.
Yes. And it's taste test time.
I already tasted it. Where you been?
I know.
Okay, so we have chicken hash.
Chicken hash.
Chicken hash. And I don't know if you've seen it or noticed, but she sprinkled bacon bits over the top.
Right? The bacon bits that I told you at the beginning, that's what you need them for. You just sprinkle a little bit on the top. Now, actually, according to the recipe, you make your own bacon and then crumble it up and put that on top. But I didn't have any bacon, but I had leftover bacon grease and I had bacon bits, so I made it happen.
Actually makes it taste like it was really cooked in bacon.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very good, very nice. This would be like a good, you know, this reminds me of almost is the home fries with eggs and onions in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Except there's no eggs.
Except there's no eggs. But it's right up there with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them.
Okay. All right.
Y'all have a good one. I'm done. Out.
See you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you in the next one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. Bye.